The Valle de Angeles Adventist Hospital was inaugurated on November 17, 1974 by Pastor Robert Fulkenberg, Engineer Ronald McBroom, and Dr. Frank McNeil. These pioneers dreamed of a hospital where the love of Christ could be shared in actions and that quality healthcare could be attained by all. Together, they took 2 years searching for the perfect place to build, finally settling on the picturesque town of Valle de Angeles, located 22 kilometers from the city of Tegucigalpa, the capital of Honduras. The inception of the hospital was complicated due to the lack of resources. However, God opened the way with a donation of the first 30 acres of land by the municipality. Then, anonymous donors contributed what was needed to buy construction supplies and the necessary hospital equipment. The hospital inaugurated its first stage with outpatient consult in the emergency department. The second stage, consisting of the inpatient wings and operating room, was inaugurated on April 16, 1979. As the years went by, the hospital, with its high quality of care provided by foreign-trained doctors in a Christian environment, its inexpensive prices due to volunteer labor and donated supplies, began to strengthen its position in the Honduran healthcare system, causing uneasiness in the government of the era. As a result, new laws were introduced that denied foreign-trained doctors permission to practice professionally, even in a volunteer capacity. Subsequently, the team of foreign volunteers was left with no choice but to delegate the administration and development of the hospital into the hands of the local church leaders of that time, who then found themselves in need of establishing a fee-for-service model in order to make the hospital sustainable. Increased prices, combined with negative propaganda by the government, led clients to abandon the hospital, taking it to within a step of bankruptcy. Various times, plans were made to close and liquidate the institution. In 2014, 40 years after its inception, the Valle de Angeles Adventist Hospital was teetering on the brink of collapse, attempting the impossible of sustaining a payroll of more than 40 employees with the income generated by an average daily census of 1. Nevertheless, the local church leaders decided to give the hospital one last attempt before capitulating. For this, the decision was made to bring in a new administration that would give the hospital a more stable financial plan with a commercial emphasis that could generate the resources necessary to make the hospital's services self-sustainable. This new administration devised a plan to reverse the paralysis asphyxiating the hospital by optimizing the few existent resources and initiating an aggressive marketing campaign. The implementation of a new strategy began to produce results. The hospital patient volume improved, allowing the hospital to cover its basic operating expenses, which in turn facilitated the availability of resources for infrastructure and technology improvements. Still, at that time, the foremost objective of the institution revolved around obtaining resources for the survival of the institution itself. Much of these resources, unfortunately, had to be invested in covering the massive financial debt accrued over years of operating without income, a fact which has greatly hindered growth and expansion of the institution. Despite all of the obstacles, the financial outlook gradually improved, and the administration decided to invest in better financial management, which has allowed for better analysis and control of resources. In addition, the hospital has been able to return to one of the main original objectives of the institution, that of providing quality healthcare that is accessible to all. From this vision arose the initiation of a community beneficence program, which functions by allocating part of the hospital's profits to providing care to people of limited income who could neither be served by the overburdened public healthcare system of the country, nor could they afford to pay for healthcare in the private sector. This emphasis allows the institution to once again fulfill its mission while still maintaining financial viability. Presently, steady growth of patient volumes has generated a higher demand for occupancy than the current physical capacity of the hospital, compelling the administration to focus on physical plant expansion through the design of a building project aimed at doubling inpatient capacity. This project will allow for more revenue, which in turn will allow for more patients to be helped via the community beneficence program. In addition, a percent of revenues generated by the new project will be directly dedicated for the sustaining of charitable services. With this physical plant expansion, the Valle de Angeles Adventist Hospital projects a sustained growth over the next 10 years that will allow the institution to position itself as one of the best hospitals in the country in terms of quality of care and personalized attention in a Christian environment. At Valle de Angeles Adventist Hospital, we firmly believe that If God allowed the creation and continued existence of this hospital in spite of seemingly insurmountable odds, it is because there is a greater purpose. It is our desire to be part of that purpose, and we invite you to partner with us. To that end, we solicit financial donations that will allow for the proposed building expansion to become a reality. This in turn will help Honduras to see the love of Christ through a healthcare experience that is completely different than what is available in other hospitals. We believe that the help of each person who joins with us in this great dream can make a difference in the lives of thousands of Hondurans. We count on your support. Regardless of the amount, God is looking for sincere hearts who are willing to dream about what could be accomplished through Valle Adventist Hospital. Help us keep that dream alive, so that others in the future can see that an ailing institution can be healed by hands willing to contribute. Help us change the lives of those who have no opportunity to do so for themselves. Help us be the hands of Jesus, healing and preaching the gospel. Help us help others. Your contribution keeps the dream alive.
The medicines may be the same, but the hands are different. Valle Adventist Hospital, where you can find health and total wellness within your reach.